Hey there.
And y'all listen to Sade.
And Bridget Renee. We back.
And we back.
Today, Stella Rose again, Blueberry.
Yeah.
Today though, we want to talk about having a poverty mindset.
Yes, ma'am.
A poverty mindset is you can be trapped.
You could be trapped.
Just be trapped in your own mind.
Trapped in your own mind. And lack of resources.
Yeah.
Like what you could pass down to people, pour into people. Just not knowing is a poverty mindset. Like not willing to go gain information, seek knowledge. That's poverty mindset. Because you end up unknowing. That's poverty.
Refusing to change.
Poverty mindset, y'all.
Yeah. It's crazy that I was having a conversation earlier today just about how people are so different. You know what I mean? In a way where communication is needed in all forms of relationships. However, it's draining for people to be able to communicate. And then when you talk to them about it, it's like, well, what? I never communicated that way, or I didn't see it that way. And then sometimes people are not willing to change. And it's all for the betterment of the relationship. Whatever the relationship is. You know what I'm saying? I think some of communication is common courtesy.
Yeah.
It's not even, I just feel like it's people overthinking. I'm just saying that to say, I've had, because I know people, like my friends that struggle with communication in their relationship. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard to get people to understand a different way sometimes. And you lessen your skills when you don't want to open up.
Ooh, that part.
You know what I mean?
I do.
It's just interesting to me. But we all have a poverty mindset to an extent.
It's not all, I mean, it could be about environment, where you live and things like that. But also, I feel like that starts with your mental too.
Yeah.
Like what you think of things, what you, again, researching, getting that information, because the information you have might be able to change the resources and environment around you.
Yeah. All too often, people don't want to learn. They don't want to learn better. They don't want to do more. I think the most poverty mindset that I have experienced are the people that are stuck in the past. People that don't want to come up to date. People that want to remember you as who you were.
That's that part. Because people want to keep you stuck at what they knew you as instead of what you are now.
Yeah. And the gag is 9 times out of 10, you don't know who I am now. Because you don't have the opportunity to even know that.
Yeah, you don't have the access. Now, I will say this as far as me, in my own experience. Growing up, because I really couldn't focus on school because I was in a poverty mindset. As far as my upbringing, like my life at home, really, I couldn't focus on school. So growing up, I really didn't care about school, y'all. I'm going to make that known. I'm not ashamed of it because I was too busy really focused on survival mode emotionally and really physically. So it's like once I, became an adult, I really started seeking education and learning more. But growing up, I couldn't focus on that. I wanted to, but I couldn't because that school was like a way out for me. Like a safe haven almost. And I get back to certain spaces. I'm back in this poverty environment. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's crazy you say that because being stuck in survival mode is a whole different mindset in itself.
It's a whole different mindset in itself.
It's just one of them things where it's like you understand, you operate differently. You understand things way different.
Yep.
And when you come in contact with somebody that was raised off love, it's a difference. You know what I'm saying?
You can usually tell when people raised off love.
Yeah.
You can tell the way they love themselves, the way they treat others, their character, like their morals. You could tell.
You can just say it's a difference. And it's one of those type of things where either you're gonna really coexist with the two, with survival mode and person made off love, may, you know, or y'all just not gonna coexist at all.
Yep.
Because you're gonna constantly bump heads. And it's not one of the things where you'll never understand where the other person is coming from. It's just one of them type of things with that poverty mindset.
That poverty mindset.
Where you don't want to necessarily come out and accept what's been given to you.
What's been given to you.
Just like with communication, like I was saying, like, I'm telling you a better way for us to be able to communicate.
Mm-hmm.
But in your mind, I don't want to communicate like that. So,
I'm sorry, that's weird.
Yeah. You know what I mean? These are conversations I've had. Like, it's just like, okay, well.
So I'm gonna talk?
Right. Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah. It's just different mindsets with people.
It is.
And that's okay.
And it is okay.
But it just, like we talked about, you know, friendship accountability. It's just one of those type of things where if you can't find a mutual ground,
Right.
then it's just not gonna work.
No, it's not.
Because you're choosing to be stuck where you are.
Yeah. You can find your thoughts.
And
yeah, you could be a prisoner there.
Yeah. You definitely can.
You can be a prisoner in your thoughts.
Yeah, because you don't have to be confined.
No.
To be a prisoner. Like, you know what I mean? Like your mind, it controls like everything. You know what I'm saying?
It do.
Like your thoughts, your mindset.
What you think of yourself is what you receive.
Yeah.
What you really manifest.
Yeah.
It's people don't realize how strong your mind is.
They don't.
Like overnight, I think your mind generates. I want to say it's called neuroscience. Don't quote me, but it's neuro something where your brain kind of like generates new memory, new something. Now I don't want to say memory. Don't quote me, y'all. But it generates new something each and every night for you get a clean slate each and every day. I'm gonna come back to y'all on this because in the book that I'm reading, and I can't regurgitate it to y'all, but I'm definitely gonna bring it back in our next episode.
Okay.
But it's definitely what you think is what you get.
It is. It is. I just think that
because I want to tell them now. You go ahead.
I just think that it's a very serious topic because we have to coexist with each other. I was also having this conversation earlier too about how, you know, we see people on social media and you don't necessarily agree with their comments or whatever, but sometimes I just be reading the comments like, you really think like that? That's what you got from that. And the scary part is it's a real person, whether it's a ghost account or whatever people call it. Like, it's a real person running that account. You know what I'm saying? So we have to really coexist with these people with these types of mindsets.
Yeah, we do. So everybody mindset is, of course, because we all wired differently.
Right.
And a lot of things do come from experience.
Yes.
Experience and environment. Because in some situations, people do think the way they think is okay. Because
Yeah.
people have made them to believe that it's okay to think like that.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate. I don't think it's neuroscience, but I'm reading this book about the way you think called Sky Something. Don't quote me, y'all, but I'm going to come back with information because I really want y'all to know this.
But yeah, it's just interesting. It's really interesting to just communicate with individuals, especially at work, because when you're at work, you're forced in an environment with individuals that you sometimes will never even talk to in real life.
I just talk to y'all because I got to pay my bills.
Right, that's it. So when you sit there and you do talk to them sometimes, like, and you probably reluctant because at the end of the day, you just like, well, I'm just here. You know what I mean?
That's true, but we could gain something from everybody.
We can. We definitely
gain
can.
something from everyone.
We can. I get very intrigued with the individuals sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued. And then sometimes, you know, after a while, you talk to people and then you see, okay, well, this is not a good fit. And you just say, hey, bye. And that's just a relationship that you have with them.
For me, y'all, I know my tribe of people. I'm quiet at the beginning. I gotta get to know my environment and see if I really want to engage and really give my energy to the people. If I see it's not a place for me, I'm gonna be quiet.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna take everything all in. Don't get me wrong, I'm gonna be cordial with you and things like that, but you won't really get much conversation from me.
Yeah.
besides hating by. And again, with the poverty mindset too, that could also go from negative thinking with stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to be around that either.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Again, just seeking information with that poverty mindset.
I think that it's one thing. It's one thing again about friendship accountability, and when you're holding your friends accountable, and you run into that mindset with them. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
You run into a mindset when you're holding somebody accountable and they just don't want to see what you're saying. And sometimes I don't think that's how it comes across, right? They don't want to see it.
Do you think they don't understand though?
It could be that, and I think sometimes it could just be the fact that they're not ready for that conversation or to change.
To pivot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because they're comfortable.
Right where they're at.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been in very uncomfortable seasons. Mm-hmm. Actually, I feel like I just left a very uncomfortable season, which shifted my mindset completely. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And it has definitely made me grow, caused me to grow in some of the best ways. And I'm so thankful for that. So right now, I'm just in a stage of I can't do it so much. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. With friendships. If you're thinking like that, especially if we had several conversations about it, I can't. Like, okay, thank you. We cool, but at the same time, I gotta go my own way because it's not a good relationship anymore. Mm-hmm. And sometimes friendships serve their purpose.
Yeah, they serve their purpose for sure. And you gain a lesson from it. Mm-hmm. You gain things from it for sure. But again, y'all, with this poverty mindset, it's either you want your last name to leave a legacy and it be carried on to something like wealth. Mm-hmm. And that again starts with a poverty mindset, you know, like being around people, generating resources, connecting with people who have resources, again, going out here, picking up books, because y'all know what they say about us as Black people. You put in a book, we ain't gonna know, we ain't gonna find it.
Right.
So get out of that poverty mindset. Have those resources on deck. Be able to pour into people. Be able to pour those resources into people. Because what you don't know and ignorant of knowing is a poverty mindset. Because nowadays people don't care. We have Google, we have everything else. Yeah. It's like, why don't you know?
Right.
You can go research it. Because if you really want to know, you'll research it.
That's true. You can definitely research it.
You can research anything.
You can.
Like, I'm trying to look up now what I'm trying to express to y'all.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember what I read.
That's okay.
That's not okay.
It is. Give yourself some grace.
You're right.
Because we have a lot going on in life.
I'm like, Dad, that book's so good.
And sometimes we just need to refresh. I'll be honest. I mean, I know it's reading a book. But sometimes just looking at episodes of shows, right? Mm-hmm. I got to go back to the last week. Because in that week's time, I love me some Raising Kanan. And sometimes I be having to look at it a couple times.
Okay.
No.
I'm like, hey, spoiler alert.
No, but sometimes I gotta go back because I'm like, that's it. Like, it's just one of them shows that you cannot take your eyes off of. True. You know what I'm saying? So I have to go back sometimes, and this is a week apart. Because I'm just saying, in that week's time, it be so much to happen.
Thank you. Because I do need to give myself grace.
You do.
Because I read that book like 2 months ago. I'm reading now, How Am I Doing? Dr. Corey Yeager. Check him out. Black author.
It's great 2 months ago for me.
Yeah, and it was so like, oh my God, I didn't know this. Like neuroscience and all that stuff, you'd be so surprised how your brain works. Mm-hmm. Your brain, your memory, what you tell yourself. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it also gives Bible scriptures in there, which I like.
That's a nice touch. That's needed.
It is needed.
That's needed. But give yourself some grace.
I do, girl. Mm-hmm. I hate when I'm forgetful. I'm like, is that for me?
It's okay. It's all right. We all forget stuff from time to time. But yeah.
So guys, for real, if you feel like you're in a poverty mindset, again, it ain't all about environmental things. That it can be, but again, if you have those resources, the right connections, you did the research, you could change your environment by your mindset. Yeah. By not having that poverty mindset.
Mm-hmm. And just take time to listen. Everything is not an attack.
No, and take time to grow. If you don't like your circumstances, you don't like where you at mentally, hell, even with education, take that time to figure it out, to do the research, to gain the knowledge. It's so much out there you can find out by just doing the research and reading.
Absolutely.
And put yourself with the right people.
Yeah. You'll learn who your sucker is.
Yeah, you'll learn.
All too well.
Yep.
All right, y'all.
Bye. And I'm gonna come back with that information for y'all.
We're gonna circle back.
Yeah, hold me to it. Hold me accountable.
Y'all have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.
Girl,
Girl, 2 months ago.
Yeah, it was 2 months ago.
Yeah, okay.
It was so much about neuroscience. Like I was so intrigued by it. I'm like,